Welcome to another live stream broadcast. Let me just verify how is the stream going on. Yes, everything is going fine. So let me share the screen and proceed to the weekly free instant tournament on BBO. And so you can find it here under the solitaire tab. Weekly free instant tournament, 8 deals with match point scoring. Enlarge this screen for us. And this is updated every Friday, as most of you know. So if you haven't played it yet, go play it, then watch the video. And you have till Friday to do so. This is Monday, July 3rd. So we start with a very big balanced hand, 24 high card points. And so clearly we will use that no trump scale that begins with 2 clubs. These are good 24, by the way. No, the minor honors the queen and the jack. The only way to make this hand better would be to take away 1 diamond and put it in clubs, because his king queen 4th would be a little bit better. But we have only 1 jack, and it is supported of sorts by both above and below by the 8 and by the ace. So it's a good 24. And if this was forcing, as I prefer it to be, 2 clubs with diamonds, no trumps, if this was forcing, it's clearly the best move, because 3 no trumps, which is 25, 27 for the robot. This is a very obsolete system, I must confess. It's much better for you to start all your balanced hands, even if you have 28, 29, once every decade, to start them at the no trump level, so that you still have your machinery, your stamen, your transfers, and can land in no trumps afterwards. So I will. That's interesting. He has a long spade 1 suitor that didn't bid 2 spades to begin with, so he probably has bad spades. We have a very good hand for 4 spades. 4 spades, and the fact that we have 4 spades may mean that, imagine partner with 6 little spades and an ace of hearts. That's a very reasonable 6 spades, assuming we don't have a minor suit loser, which is very, very possible. And so in that scenario, partner wouldn't consider a slam, because we don't have room for a raise here. We can't raise partner. 4 spades is forced. And so I think we have to take a position here. And I will use a key card ask, and he has 1, so let's play 6 spades. It's a bit unusual, but there it is, 6 spades and an ace. And all we need is to avoid a trump loser, which is very, very odds on. We only lose a trump if trumps were 3-0 behind us. Now we can claim losing a spade. Next deal. I'll have to interrupt the broadcast for a moment. Don't do this. I guess you're hurting me very much. Right. Okay, back for, well, 82%. Back for our second deal. Let's take a look. I think that it's a tough hand because it's such a reflex to complete the transfer. But the fourth trump was really, and if you don't do that, well, if you open to no trumps, but if you don't move, partner won't move. The fourth trump was really big there. Anyway, 12 high card points. It's a clear one hard opening bid. Partner's raising us. We don't have anything other than a bare minimum, so we should just stop. Well, he plays that this is at least an invite. I don't like to stop in 3 hearts here, but 4 hearts is a bit risky in that he will take us for, as you can see, 14 to 19 for an acceptance. I think we should bid game, but again, that's a systemic problem with a robot. So let's just follow this and stop in 3 hearts. Not so bad to stop there, but well, that maybe that's my instinct. I'm much more used to playing imps than match points, and in match points, perhaps it's okay to stop. So here we have 5 hard tricks, 2 diamonds and 2 clubs at least. That's 9. And the spades are not, the ace king of spades are not with West. He would have led them. And so we are exposed to a spade attack. If we lose a club, West can underlead a spade honor. If he probably has honor jack 4th. He doubled 1 heart. And so we should take our pitch in the king of diamonds before leading the club. Now it becomes dangerous to take that pitch because we may be shortened. And it's probably best to hearts at 4-0. That's annoying. Let's do some other calculations here. We had 12 and then we had 11. 23. There's 17 missing. And so East has room for some 3 or 4 high card points. And even more since West is avoiding hearts, he may have upgraded an 11 high card point. And so the queen of clubs may be outside. And if it is, we are not bad. Not badly placed. And I still think it's better to keep control, to not catch the king of diamonds right now, since hearts are 5-0. If they were 4-1, I would, or the 3-2. If he had followed to a heart, I would catch the king of diamonds to discard the spade and lead a club. But with hearts 4-0, 5-0, if I lead a diamond, they have 2 suits to attack my trumps. And so, but on the other hand, I could pretty much cross rough at that point. It would only be badly placed if clubs were 5-2, which don't look like they are because he would have pitched the club from 5. So I think further analysis, that cashing the king of diamonds and leading a club is still the best play. Because even if they lead a trump, I win in dummy, lead another club, and if they lead a trump again, I can draw trumps. If they don't lead a trump, if they shorten me, they won't be able to draw 2 rounds of trumps from dummy, even if they had the communications for that. So they would probably shorten me. So if I lead a king of diamonds in a club, let's say West wins cheaply, cashes 2 spades and lead a 3rd spade in a rough. I lead a club. And let's say East wins to lead a trump. If East can't win, I will cross rough it again. If he can win, I have to cash 1 club to survive. So it's still the best. King of diamonds, exposing the loser. hoping that the queen is on side. Yes, it is. Good news. So now we can cross ruff, losing 2 spades only. Right? We don't need to have any club surviving. We can just cross ruff and claim 3 tricks in our hand with an extra trick there. So 86%. We should have been in game, maybe. Nah, of course, we lose 3 spades in a club. But that's an interesting comment on how imps, being vulnerable in imps, it would be worth the risk of them finding the right defense to get the luscious 10 imps that a vulnerable game gives us. In match points, stopping in a par score is good enough as long as you make the extra trick. Annoying position. If I had a spade and 2 hearts instead of 2 spades and 1 heart, I would be tempted to pick 4 clubs here, but in this case, this being maybe a misfit, or at least not a great fit. Partner has 4 hearts and he may have 5. But if he has 4 hearts and 2 spades, we should have a nice minor should fit, but it's the 4 level. So it's easy to see 4 losers. Your opponent's cashing ace, king, and ace here, and partner having minor honors there, and the king of hearts, and we're still having a loser somewhere. On the other hand, we are not vulnerable versus vulnerable. If I could trust partner to not bid game, I could probably bid 4 clubs. Let's see how he thinks that 4 clubs is a huge bid here, so I can't do that. He will always bid game, and I don't want to bid game at all. If he reopens with a double, I would then bid 4 clubs. Opponents are vulnerable, and that's a very weak hand. And partner didn't give me a rough, annoyingly. So, what's the Declare's hand? He has 3 diamonds, apparently. 5-4 in the majors. And 1 club. That is the case. He may have 2 diamonds and 6 spades. But I want to go to partner's hand to get a hard rough. There's no way in which the Declare won't play the king of diamonds if he has it. So I want to take away any possibility of a misdefense from partner if he has a king of diamonds. That would be a big hand. Ace, king of hearts, and the king of diamonds. But I don't think it's likely, but still it's possible. So that's, if I let a low diamond and partner won the king, he might do something silly like playing another diamond. I hope that partner didn't continue hearts because he has a natural heart trick. Okay, he won a spade, a double on spade. I mean, that's nice. So he will still win the ace of hearts. And we can concede at this point, but still, that is 1 spade, ace, king, ace, ace. For us, that's down 1. %96 people couldn't hold their peace and landed in a game. So if we could, you see, the robot will bid 4 clubs. If we could, what was the lead that they got? Yeah, they'll lose 2 spades. This is the kind of setup that is very common. And if we could play in 4 clubs, maybe it would be okay. Because after all, he might have won 140 if he had guessed spades. Might have done that. Okay, pass 1 spade. That is a very bad 2 hard overcall, especially with partner being a passed hand and we being vulnerable. This is a very clear pass to me. Although I'm pretty sure that some people will bid 2 hearts, and bidding 2 hearts here is even worse. if it can be worse. By the way, West may be waiting behind us with a lot of hearts. So we should hold our peace here and defend against 2 spades. And since we are kind of hoping that West has a lot of heart, otherwise many people will be bidding 2 hearts, which is very bad, but I think they will. If we're kind of hoping that he'll have lots of hearts, the best lead is a club. So the 2 diamond bid from East denies 4 hearts, typically, especially once he shows up with a club. And so we know that we have a heart fit. And so at least we apparently lose 2 spade tricks, 1 club trick, and maybe only 1 diamond trick. We don't know what Parda has in diamonds. So we are about to they can get 3 spade tricks if they get a ruff in hearts. I'm trying to project the play in hearts. So if the defense in hearts wins a club, ace and king of spades, a spade ruff, the ace of diamonds, that is 5 tricks, and looks like that's it. So we can score 110 in hearts. They are into spades, of course, but that means that 3 hearts can go only down 1. So club, king, ace, jack. That was a curious, peculiar first trick. But the robot does that sometimes. He doesn't assume that we're not underleading an ace, and if he wanted to win in dummy, to finesse in diamonds or hearts or whatever. Yeah, he's discarding a heart, so he should have. That is interesting. He should have 2 hearts only. 2. His hand should be 5-5 or 6-4. Because why the rush to discard a 3rd heart? Right? He didn't do the diamond finesse because he was hoping that the king of diamonds was with me, so that the diamond, if he lost diamond finesse, we could cash 2 hearts. And he disposed of his little heart before we could do that. That's why he didn't. So he should probably cash the ace of hearts here right now. And hope for a rough and over rough. Partner tried to catch the king of hearts, which is silly. He knew as much as we did. He should have played a club. But luckily for him, we had the queen of spades. So we had a 10-9 of spades instead of queen 9 of spades. He should have led a club. And so now we can concede. We made 110. And partner had a big fit for hearts. I'm sure lots of people are scoring in hearts. We went down. Well, I wouldn't expect that much, but still I was expecting a bad result, but not that much. That's a bit nauseous that people are bidding. So many people are bidding 2 hearts with this. Anyway, 18 high card points. It's an enormous. Plus, if partner has clubs, we are in the slam zone. If he doesn't, and that's always a possibility, we may still have a diamond fit. Okay, this, in a sensible system, this would deny a balanced hand, but that's not how the robot plays, unfortunately. He will bid for 1 heart with 4 hearts, 3-3-3, which is sensible. So we have to explore by bidding the 4th suit, and he has a balanced hand. Okay, so we have 18, he has 12 to 14. And so we don't have quite enough for slam on power for 6 on trumps. But maybe if he has 4 hearts, 3-3-3, we should be in diamonds. If he has 4 clubs, we should be in clubs. Our hand is so powerful, and the queen of hearts is now hitting, hopefully, some honors there, that if we can find a reasonable fit, is 3 clubs, hittable clubs, and 2 clubs, what that is. It's the same. Exactly the same. So let's bid 2 clubs here and see how he reacts. Okay, he has diamonds, so now we are focusing on diamonds for slam. It's a pity that we don't have sensible, a player with sensible judgment opposite us, and we don't have a sensible system also. And so I guess we're describing our hand too much, to my opinion, to my taste. But let's do that and see if he bids 3 trumps. Now he's loaded in spades. He should be loaded in spades at this point. It should be. Which is not bad, good for us. If 4 trump were quantitative, no, it's not. It's too hard to go beyond 3 trumps in match points. Maybe in imps I would, but here if partner has something like king jack of spades and ace jack of hearts and the jack of diamonds, something like that, that's 12 that everybody would open, or the queen of diamonds, and 3 trumps is horrible. So if partner really has stoppers in spades, which is what this bid should show, if he doesn't have good stoppers in spades, why is he bidding no trumps? We are forced. He could bid 3 hearts, we could bid even 3 spades. So let's pass and trust him. Crossing fingers. Not horrible. He has weaker spades than I expected, but it's not a horrible hand. And 3 trumps is fine. So 3 of spades was led. Spades apparently are 5-4. And so there's no big reason for us to play diamonds in any other way than the normal one. And if this is a singleton diamond order, that is very comfortable. Okay, no, it isn't. Maybe it has queen jack third, but now we can claim without a hard finesse. Making 11 tricks, and the hard finesse was off. So that's the best score we could hope for. There was a diamond and a heart to lose, even in diamonds. 75%. Recovering after that big disaster of 4. Okay, this is a very weak opening bid, but with spades, not vulnerable. I think it's quite clear. If spades or hearts, if my long suit were clubs or diamonds, maybe once in a blue moon I would pass. I don't think I would, but maybe. Okay, big raise, diamond shortness fits very well with my hand, but I don't have any other bid in 4 spades being so weak. If he wants to move forward, with the 2 aces are missing. And if they don't cash the ace of hearts, I'm going to lose it. It's a very boring hand. 50% for sure. Nobody will do anything other than that. 14 high card points. I don't like upgrading here, even though the robot usually does that. We have to redouble, which is weird because I don't want to raise hearts. But any other bid that I do, maybe including pass, will deny 3 hearts. That's how he plays. We have to know our customers, have to know our 2 clubs is a weak bid with clubs. And we should quit at this point, hoping that they will compete to 2 spades. It wouldn't be a bad development. Yes, so much prefer to defend 2 spades than to declare 2 clubs. Nice lead, partner. Should we just draw trumps? So Wes has 4 spades, apparently 4 hearts. Apparently. And so he may have partner knows that how many hearts I have, so he won't discard wrongly. He can discard clubs. So let's just take away all the trumps and play this hand and no trump. That heart discard is worrisome. Hearts are 4-2 with them. If hearts are 4-4. Now a club. Come on, man. Give me my club. He'll have. Apparently, partner has a jack of hearts. He will play the queen. Okay, this 5 of hearts. But we have the rest. We're down to 100%. The 5 of hearts because we have 1897 and then we had the 9. The robot loves to do this kind of silly thing. Okay, people are bidding too much with our cards, bidding 3 clubs. Because they're bidding 1 spade with our hand here. Okay, final deal. To clinch this tournament, if we keep up the good work, that's a difficult hand to bid because we can expect some spade bidding, but we should start with 1 diamond. We can't really give up on finding hearts. And now I think 4 hearts is probably the best bid, but 3 hearts, 4 hearts may provoke some overbidding from partner. Let's be just 3 hearts. And he's probably has enough high cards to go to 4 hearts on his own, as we can see. So king of spades. This guy apparently has ace king of spades. And we have to be careful at this point. Because if hearts are 4-1, then we may get in trouble. We can't cash his king of hearts. If hearts are 4-1, we're going to lose a lot of tricks. In effect, if hearts are 4-1, we should just keep playing hearts. Hearts may well be 4-1 after this bidding. Can we find a safe plan to guard against hearts 4-1 and not lose unnecessary tricks when hearts are 3-2? Let's see if we can. One typical maneuver with this is to catch the king of hearts and then play diamonds, so that the rougher, but it doesn't help because he can force us to rough. We are already with fewer trumps in dummy than he is, so that doesn't help. Yeah, if hearts are 2-1 or 4-1, I think I'm in bad shape to make this game. So let's just Hope that they are not. Jack of Hearts is a nice card. I don't think he would play the Jack from Queen, Jack 10, 9. Yeah. So now we can run diamonds, keeping that little trump as an entry to our diamonds. They will ruff and maybe catch 2 clubs, but that's it. Oh, only 1 club and now dummy's high. Okay, nice ending. Interesting deals, especially in the bidding. We didn't have a lot of opportunities to do anything in the play. Not much, though. But this hand here, in which we had to decide whether to bid for clubs or not. This hand here, and the 2 spades down 2 here. They were both very interesting hands in the bidding. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.